Welcome back to the channel, guys. So today we're finally going to be talking about Arcade1Up on my channel. I don't think we've talked about them at all, but man, they've had a rocky ass start. I had a prediction very early on before these things came out, and it seems like that prediction is coming true. But I wanted to talk about some of the issues, the crazy nonsense that's going on with these things. So if you're not familiar, these things were launched not too long ago. There's some specific ones for specific retailers. Don't really need to worry about that. But hey, they're all officially licensed. Little arcade machines. They have multiple games on each one. A couple of them only have like 2 games. Like the Galaga and Galaxian one. And then the Pac-Man one, which is not right here. But I think the Pac-Man one's Walmart exclusive. Has like Pac-Man and Pac-Man Plus. Okay, so really just one game, Galaga and Galaxian. I'd rather play Galaga. I wouldn't play Galaxian on these things. But when I first saw these, yes, I thought they were interesting. I was like, that's pretty cool, you know, to have officially licensed games and artwork, all that craziness. Pretty cool stuff, right? The price was kind of out there. You know, they were talking about $300, $400. A lot of places dropped them to $299, so like $300. They're supposed to be three-quarter scale arcade cabinets. You see this little picture they have right here? This little dude, that's not a frickin' adult. Seriously. I have seen these things in person, and I'm just like, who the hell are these for? Who is the target market for these things? Because these are old games from the late 70s and 80s. Like, are little kids going to want to play this? I mean, maybe, but that's not really your target market, is it? So, I mean, for scale, you know, this is like representative of me. Let's just say Toad right here is me. And this is an Arcade1Up machine. Look at that. This is me. This is very closely representative, maybe give or take 1%. How the frick am I supposed to play that thing? These things, well, not this, but you know what I'm saying. This is ridiculous. I can't play these. No, get out of here, Toad. These things are freaking tiny. They're made for little people or kids that are 8 years or younger. You know, my 11-year-old couldn't even comfortably play this thing. I've seen images of tall people playing these, and they're like, who the hell's going to be like that? Like hunched over. You're going to freaking hurt your neck. These guys are going to have lawsuits for medical bills from people going to the chiropractor, Dr. Bergman and whatnot, you know, getting their spines adjusted to fix these freaking issues here. These things are tiny, man. I don't, you know, for some people, maybe it's fine. You get the little riser, you increase it, what, like a foot or something? Oh, here we go. So this thing is normally under 4 feet. It's like 3 feet, 10 inches or so, something like that. And then you got this, does that dude have a flat top? What the hell's going on here? Then you add, yeah, about a foot. You get a foot with the riser. That's still, you see this guy's hunched over. You know, that's not even fair. This dude's probably 5'2". Like, seriously. They're not for me. I accept that. But there's just so many freaking issues with these things right now. So people are having problems. They're receiving these things and there's damage to the units, dead pixels on the screen, buttons not working, wiring coming undone. A lot of quality control issues out there. There's one particular unit that uses, or there's a couple units because there's this deluxe one that uses the spinner. And I saw a video where they talked about in the comments that the company was aware and they fixed it for the production model. No, they didn't. This stupid spinner still, it just clicks. It's like a little notch thing. Like it just click, 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 click. You can't play Tempest like that. That thing's supposed to spin. You're supposed to, Sure, there's mods and whatnot, but why would they tell people who were YouTube reviewers, oh yeah, we're aware of this issue, and this was just pre-production, it's being addressed. Don't trip, homie. We got this. That is BS, man, because so many people are modding this thing just so the spinner works correctly. I think that is crazy. So then the other issue that we have is the wear. Look at these things. These are display units in a Walmart. My Walmart, they actually have a panel over it, so you can't even touch the damn thing. It looks like a toy to me. It's so damn tiny. But the paint, what the frick? Look at these units, just from people touching them. Kids aren't sitting there playing these things for an hour in the store. At least I don't think they are. This is just from casual, people just walking through and hitting the buttons, maybe moving the stick and being like, oh, this is kind of neat. And the paint wore off. Now, okay, so from what I understand, Arcade1Up is sending people replacement artwork and then, a plexiglass panel that sits over top of it. And now, I know I've seen some people show this, but you're putting that plexiglass panel over, and it's the holes for the buttons are bigger than the buttons. So you're not redoing anything. You're just putting this panel over top of it. So now your buttons, they don't sit as high as they used to. However thick that plexiglass is, now your buttons are a little lower. So everything to me would feel a little different. Normally you would try to mount your buttons over top of the plexiglass, but that's, they didn't want people messing with it, I guess. They just wanted a quick, here, bam, plop that, your new artwork if you needed it, and then put your plexiglass on top of it and then screw it in or whatever, right? And okay, that's a solution to the problem. Maybe not the best solution to the problem, but how the hell was this not caught prior to this thing being shipped to stores, to going to the consumers? Did they not test these things? Did they just get them made, had them manufactured, and then just touched it real quick? Ooh, everybody's gonna love this, and didn't do any real play testing? Because from what I also understand, the one that has Gauntlet on it, the Rampage machine, Gauntlet, it's a flawed ROM. So once you get to a certain level, the game glitches out. You can't even finish the game. You can't even play it. So people are having issues. I saw somebody on my Facebook group show the Street Fighter one where the intro was laggy. Everything was slow. There's something wrong with the processor. Something was wrong with his unit, and it's not right. So many people are taking these things back to the stores. Arcade1Up's like, no, don't take them back to the stores. Call us. We'll help you. And granted, people are bugging the crap out of them to get these things fixed, and I guess they're fixing them, but from what I've understood and heard is that people, to get the plexiglass, they're having to email them, call them, and harass them to hurry up and get it. You buy one of these and it doesn't come with this stuff. You don't want to touch it because that paint's just going to rub off from the oils from your skin. That is crap. There's no excuse for that. I don't care that they fixed it by sending out plexiglass to people. That should have never been an issue to begin with. That should have been play tested. That should have been discovered early on and fixed. So that's just plain stupid. But so man, I just all these little issues that I'm seeing is really nuts. So I had called it pretty early on that hey, these things are going to be clearanced out. They're going to get clearanced out after the holidays. But holy crap. I was right and I was wrong because the holidays aren't even over yet. And guess what is going on? These things are getting clearanced out. People are taking them back to these stores, like I was previously saying, because they're getting annoyed with this, with the quality behind it, with the issues that they're having. There's no excuse that you bought it and you're like, oh, it's smaller than I thought. Most of the stores have them set up so you can see that they're just tiny little people cabinets. But from what I'm understanding, a lot of these Walmarts, they had way too many of these units on hand for Black Friday, and maybe some places lowered them a little bit for Black Friday. There's a lot of things that they'll just put out like these. They put them out on pallets at full price, boom, Black Friday impulse buy, when everybody's rushing through punching babies and sweating on each other and shanking each other for a microwave or whatever the hell they're going for. Hey, maybe they'll impulse buy this $300 little tiny ass arcade machine. Well, people weren't buying them. They just weren't buying them. So there's a lot of Walmarts that are like, we have to get rid of this shit and we got to get rid of it quick. So you see $199. What? $150. Pac-Man Arcade, $148. Oh my God, I was right and wrong. I thought it was going to be after Christmas, but nope. A lot of these Walmarts want to get rid of them now. They're just tired of these things sitting around and people bringing them back. That's what I'd heard from some people who said they talked to, store managers and whatnot, and they're just like, man, so many people are bringing these things back. We got to get rid of them. We don't want them. Little final sale on certain things, you know, just craziness, just trying to get rid of this stuff. So things are definitely not looking good for Arcade1Up. Very rocky start. You're putting out, you know, despite it being small, we understood it was going to be small. I didn't realize how small they were going to be till I actually stood in front of one of them, and I was like, I could step on this thing and break it. Like it's like a Lego on the carpet. It's so damn small to me. Like I couldn't use this thing. I'm 6'5" and I'm a big mofo. There is no way I could comfortably play one of these things. I've looked at them, I've touched them. I'm just like, this is not for me. This for kids or something, for little people, for people who are very short. Because anybody 6 feet or higher, there's no way you can comfortably play this thing. Sitting down, I guess, but everything's just shrunk down. I don't know. But these stores are getting rid of these things. Arcade1Up, it's not really looking good. They have so many machines planned, but here's the problem. You plan all these machines, and then your number one retailer that's selling these things, Walmart. Woohoo! Walmart here, they're getting tired of, you know, maybe not across the whole United States of America, but definitely in a lot of places, they're getting tired of these things. So even at my Walmart's not clearanced them yet. I checked. I actually checked a handful of Walmarts around me. None of them are clearancing them at this time, but I'm sure it will come because a couple of the Walmarts I checked, they had pallets just like this. The Walmart that's just up the street from me, they didn't really have that many. I mean, maybe they had like 12 on the floor, like on a pallet, like on a shelf. They had like a couple on a pallet, couple on a shelf, and then a couple in the video game aisle for some reason. They had them like all spread out, but they weren't clearanced out. Other Walmarts I went to, they had pallets of them just sitting there, but they were all listed at $2.99. So if Walmart, the biggest retailer for these damn things, can't even sell them, do you really think they're going to want to carry any of the newer ones they come out with? No, they're not. They're going to be like, we're not ordering this shit. It's going to sit. We're going to lose money. It's going to take up space. We got to pay people to move this stuff around. People are returning these things. We don't want them. It's not looking good for Arcade1Up. And that's what I wanted to talk about. That's pretty much it. Will I buy one of these if I see them clearanced out? Maybe. But it's going to have to be a Street Fighter one because I would like to mod it and do some other things with it. And, you know, it's kind of less likely to do that with the other machines. I mean, you still could, but you don't have the control panel, and the optimum setup that you would like. Street Fighter 2, that control panel has all the buttons, pretty much everything you need for basic, gameplay up through, playing Street Fighter 3 Third Strike and all that on a Raspberry Pi. So if I see him for maybe 150, I might pull the trigger. If I saw him for $100, for sure I would grab one. 150, I'd have to think about it. I'd have to seriously think about it. So let me know, guys. Are you seeing these things clearanced out in your neck of the woods? If they are cheap, are you going to buy one? Have you already bought one? Are you enjoying it? Just because I think it's nonsense and I don't think it's for me doesn't mean it's not for you. Maybe you had a great experience and just love the thing. That's cool, man. Let me know what you think. Smash that like button, subscribe, make sweet ass love to that notification bell. You guys know what's up. And with that said, guys, I will catch y'all next time. Peace out, bye-bye, and boom.